Owen Shroyer here for Infowars.com. We are in Washington, D.C. The Women's March is, I guess, a couple hours away. They say it hasn't started yet, but they have begun to rally. As you can see here, this is where it looks like the belly of the beast is. And I already said this on an earlier video. People are calling me out, so I'll admit it. I was wrong. More people showed up than I expected. We were talking about this yesterday. I'd say, from what I've seen, we're going to go in there, but I'd say maybe over 50,000 people. I don't think 200,000, but we'll find out. There are a lot of them down here. I'll admit that. So, but here's what we're going to deal with today. And I was thinking about this as I'm walking around and I'm seeing these people. I'm seeing their signs. I'm hearing what they're saying. So I have to deal with a new level of stupidity every time I go out on the streets and do these videos. So we're going to go out. We're going to expose it. We're going to talk to these people. We're going to checkmate all of their arguments and talking points. But here's the thing. They're having their protest, and a lot of them, of course, are probably the same Disrupt J20 people. They want to disrupt the inauguration. They want to disrupt Donald Trump's presidency. But then if we go to their events and we disrupt with our free speech, well, then it's a huge ordeal. Then it's a big problem. Then they have to assault us or form a meat wall. We've had multiple instances where women were assaulted in the streets with some of these protesters. Our own reporter, Millie Weaver, sent me a text today saying that she's already been assaulted by these people today. So I'm not sure exactly what they have planned. I thought that this was going to be a more peaceful thing, considering that it was organized, they had their rights, they got it all figured out, they're doing their march. But radicals always infiltrate these movements. We've seen it with things like Black Lives Matter, and I think we're going to see it again today with the Women's March on Washington. Here are some of the things that I'm going to be trying to figure out. I've seen a lot of signs that say the future is female, or the future is still female. And I'm just trying to wrap my head around the biology of that, because you can't reproduce the human race without male and female. So the future has to be the same as the past, and that's males and females procreating. But that's just biology. We know how these people feel about biology. They don't really take much to it. They don't believe in science and biology of women and men and the history of it. And that's probably why they're out here, to be honest, some of them. But we're going to go talk to them. How are you doing, ma'am? Are you out here protesting? Would you like to share your voice? You're looking at me funny. They want to walk away.
You're not engaged.
I don't bite. I'm honestly a nice guy. So we'll see. And that's another thing, too. And that's another, yeah, I'm a white male, so I need to be eliminated. But but that's the other thing that's ridiculous about this too. And again, I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. But you're out here protesting. Okay, that means that you believe in an issue. You're trying to raise awareness to this issue. You want your voice to be heard. You want a platform, and then I offer you one. I offer you discourse, and all of a sudden you run away. You don't want to talk, because that's what it is. They don't want their thoughts and ideas challenged, because if they are defeated. So they have to box out the reality, and they have to run away when their ideas are confronted. And we've seen it multiple times. So we're going to go in here, we're going to try to talk to these people. They're going to get all mad. They're going to claim that we're trying to disrupt their protest. Meanwhile, they're trying to disrupt our democracy. Debatable treason, okay? So this is more of the double standard. So we're going to go in, and we're going to see a lot of pussy hats out here. And I think this is funny because they are the ones that coined that term, but now they're trying to act like that's not what they're called. So we'll see if they stick with the whole pussy hat term that they coined, and now they're trying to deny because it's offensive for some people. You know, you can't say that. Trump said it, so we can't we can't say it now. We have a double standard. What was the name of that woman on CNN who became famous? He said he grabbed it by the pussy, grabbed by the pussy. She made a complete moron of herself. And now I think these people are starting to realize it by putting pussy hats on. So let's see, we are at C Street in Washington, and we're gonna march right into the belly of this beast. Are we gonna stay live here, Rob?
Yeah, we're gonna go.
All right, so we'll keep you live. So you can see the scenes for yourself here, folks. And I will also say, the streets are a lot less locked down than they were. It's a lot easier to move about the streets today walking, so a lot less security detail out here for this march.
Oh, go ahead. I'm just shooting video.
Okay.
You going this way?
Yep.
Oh yeah, come on down.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
How y'all doing?
Just taking a break. We're
Yeah?
good.
All right.
We live right Capitol Hill.
Yeah?
We're here in our neighborhood, representing.
You guys think the U.S. government should be funding Planned Parenthood?
Yes, absolutely.
What policies do you like about that? What parts of Planned Parenthood do you think the United States citizens should be paying for?
Well, Planned Parenthood is an excellent, excellent resource for women who don't have a lot of money or don't have access to a regular doctor. I myself used it in college, not for abortion, for regular contraception or just my checkups. I was not sexually active, by the way. I was just staying on birth control pills, actually, because I've been prescribed for severe cramps that were keeping me from being able to go to work or school. And so I would go to Planned Parenthood. It was, I believe, $10 copay, and I could get my services. I've been working since I was 11. I've been paying into the tax system since I was 16 was my first job. Live here in the District of Columbia, pay taxes. There are social services that people take.
Do you think there's any potential conflict of interest, though, with the government funding Planned Parenthood?
Interest between Trump stopping and having
I'm
the
talking
entire
about Planned
world.
Parenthood and the government.
No, I'm thinking conflict of interest because yesterday Trump stopped in front of his own hotel and had the entire world's media advertising his hotel on our dime. Is that a conflict of interest at all?
No, I don't think so. They don't have to do that. They don't have to go there. Explain how that's a conflict of interest.
So you think the entire world's media would stop showing the inauguration?
No, I don't think they would. Why would they? It's a huge world event.
Exactly. So Trump specifically, instead of stopping where people had traditionally stopped, he stopped in front of his own hotel.
Well, they did put a protest zone right in front of...
That's great. He stopped in front of his own hotel.
Yeah, but don't you realize it's kind of ironic that the whole reason why Trump won is because of the protesters, because of people out here protesting, claiming these things. People are sick of it. They don't believe it. That's why he won. That's why Hollywood failed. All the actors, all the actors like Robert De Niro saying you can't have Trump, all the actresses that said
They have a right to have a political...
No, I know, but they thought they could change the election.
Do you think that because someone...
Russia did it!
Where's Russia?
Shut up. Anyway, you think that because someone has a political opinion, they're not allowed to have a political
You
opinion?
think because someone has a
allowed
private business, everything that he does, he can't just be for the people? You think everything he's doing is just to increase his hotel business? You don't
No,
think he
I
cares about the
absolutely
United
don't. I
States?
think it's to increase his egocentric personality. Anyway, I have a son with PTSD. He has autism. He was assaulted by his dedicated aide in the DC public school about 5 blocks from here. And he has PTSD. He is not weak, like Trump said people with PTSD are. He is not weak. He was one of the strongest children on earth. He was physically assaulted by a convicted felon when he was 8 years old. And he went to court and testified against the man. Does that sound weak to you? At 12 years old, he sat in court and testified in front of a judge, a jury, and an audience.
You know what? That's pretty hardcore. Are you
That
a
is
Hillary
hardcore.
Clinton supporter?
Initially, I'm a Democrat. Initially, I probably would have gone for Bernie, but I understood, that politically that probably wouldn't happen. I'm against a man who speaks. My family actually knows the woman who was standing outside that bus when he was talking trash about her. She's sickened. She was in her 20s. She's there on the job at Days of Our Lives. Trump is coming. Here's this man. She now knows that while she was standing there for her work, for her job, standing there waiting to greet him, that he was talking trash about her, about how he was going to grab her body parts and force himself on her.
I agree.
Excuse me, I'm speaking.
Well, but hold on,
I'm
because
speaking.
there's
Pardon
other
me.
things. There's other things that are more important than just rhetoric. And
What's
for whatever
rhetoric? How is that
reason,
rhetoric?
You're
I don't
obsessing over
understand.
his rhetoric and the things he says. What about the policies that are going to affect us?
Excuse
What about
me.
the things that are actually going to affect us? Donald Trump saying things about
excuse me.
parts isn't going to affect my
No,
life.
excuse me. I'm telling you about a person's life it did affect, that all these years later, she realizes that she was being discussed as an object. She was there at work, and she...
Are you talking about the grab her by the pussy comment?
Yes.
Taken out of context, totally.
Taken out of
Do you think it's
context? Taken out of context?
President of the United States a
Would you
woman.
say bragging about grabbing pussy?
Let me ask
You
you a
know,
question.
there's a
Again?
minimum.
And
there's
Not
a
even having
minimum
the guts
distance.
to
And I'm
say that
telling
it's
you-
true.
Have you ever heard
But
of
I can't
Tiger
figure out
Woods?
what's worse.
Have you ever heard of
Excuse me,
Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods is not running for president.
No, but you're missing
I'm
the point.
telling you.
Is
He's
not the
talking
leader
about-
of the free
I am
world.
telling
No,
you.
no, 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 no. He's
that
talking about a
woman
concept
today
that women
is
are
damaged.
attracted to rich people. That's what he's
And
influencing.
saying that you can sexually assault him just because you're rich?
No, they're not
What type of-
attracted to
Does that
rich
mean you
people.
can go
That
into a
woman
room
had a
and
boyfriend
put
with
your-
whom
your-
she
your
was living
hand
and
on their
still
private
lives.
parts?
And say that
She's
I
not
don't
attracted
even
to
ask.
rich
I can
people.
just kiss them because
Again,
I'm
though,
rich.
again, you're obsessing
That's
over
disgusting.
rhetoric.
No, that's not
There's
rhetoric.
bigger issues
Rhetoric?
in this
Rhetoric?
country.
He
It
did.
literally is.
No, it's
10
not
women
rhetoric.
Name them.
testified.
Look up. No, let's not even get into
Name the
that.
women,
This
sir.
is
Your
a
name was
woman
Bill
who I
Cosby,
know.
woman.
Just keep it civil, okay?
We're civil. We're perfectly civil. We're perfectly civil. We're talking. We're perfectly civil. No, he is screaming, so
You
we're
named the
talking
10
loudly. If we would
investigators
stop
who
yelling.
found that Barack Obama
I can
was in
name-
fact not from Africa.
I can
was
name-
from
well,
Africa.
I can name the
Can you
people-
tell me?
Oh,
that,
okay.
can you
Here we go.
identify anybody that Donald Trump identified in his quest to show that Barack Obama was an American?
Are you
who
aware-
came in-
are you
and-
aware-
Who came and supported that?
Are you aware of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department investigation into the forged document that was Barack Obama's birth certificate?
Oh
It's now
my
a known
God.
fact. It's now a known fact, folks. It's now a known fact.
You want to go up?
Oh my gosh! You're
Then what happened to
You're
your
delusional.
gutsy leader? He denied it. Then
He said you're
he
right.
He led you down that
Oh
path.
my God.
And then
Hey,
he
Trump was
changed
right
it.
again. Trump was right again.
Oh
Back
my
on you.
God.
If
I
you
know the website.
believe
This is the website that said that
I
3
just have
million
to laugh so
people
hard
voted
at you.
illegally. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Oh,
And
seriously.
same
Aren't you
website,
disappointed
you
in
have
Barack
you
Obama
have the
for
Sandy
giving up the birth
Hook
certificate
denial.
so easily then?
You are just
You
being
believe
hilarious.
that's true?
You,
No, because
You are
there's
just
bigger
actually
issues.
he's so
There's bigger
stupid
issues
that
that
he's
we're
just
dealing with.
actually
But you
hilarious.
believe, but you
I
still
know.
believe,
It's like
I know.
you
it's
believe
like
that
Trump's
Barack,
Twitter.
do you
Donald
believe
Trump
that
is smart.
Barack Obama was
Obama
not
wasn't born in the
in
United
America?
States.
I don't know where he was, but I know
You
that
don't
his
know.
birth certificate is fake. I do know that. That is a forensic investigation done by non-partisan investigators from different
Partisan.
countries.
You just said
non-partisan, man.
Partisan.
You can go rewind the
No,
tape.
you said
they were from
you said
different
partisan.
countries.
Well, your leader,
my
your
God.
leader has turned his back on you.
Negative.
And he ran away like a scared little puppy.
He's
you know,
draining
and-
the
and-
swamp into
and-
his cabinet.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, Betsy DeVos. Betsy DeVos.
Oh, Betsy
I have
DeVos,
a special
I know
needs
that.
child. Our friend Kristen here has special needs. Betsy DeVos does not understand that people with disabilities deserve a free and appropriate public education under the Individuals with Disability in Education Act. She wants to be Secretary of Education, and she does not understand. Oh God, help us.
Did you
Okay,
get
do
nominated?
you
Oh, yeah,
understand
Trump-
what the
was there
Individuals
nomination
with
for it?
Disabilities
I
Education
would
Act
say,
is?
I would say, why don't you wait until
Do you
she's
understand
been
what that
in
is?
charge of the Department
Do
of
you
Education?
understand what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
So why don't we wait until
No,
she's
I'm
been
not
in
waiting
charge?
until
I'm not-
she's in
You have
charge.
nothing
I'm
to
not
go
gonna
off.
wait to see
Yes,
if
I
Hitler-
do.
What has she done?
How good
What has she
Hitler's
done?
gonna be.
You didn't even know she was nominated. So how can you be mad? You just like, oh, she
I know
wants to
she's
be.
nominated.
She
I
wants to
didn't know
be,
she
but
was
she is. So
approved.
what has she done then? What has
Excuse
she
me.
done?
I'm sorry that while I've been
she's
at the
not-
march,
she hasn't been
she got
confirmed.
approved. She
She
got
has not
confirmed.
been, has she been confirmed?
I didn't know she got confirmed.
Sir, has she been confirmed? Do you
I'd
know?
have
Just
to,
yelling
I'd
at
have
me
to
that
double
she got
check.
confirmed.
She'll be confirmed, but my point is, why don't you
okay,
wait?
excuse me.
Why don't you wait
No,
till she's been in charge?
I don't need to wait until she's in charge to know that during the hearing she said we'll leave the disabilities up to the state to decide whether
That's
they
great.
The
serve or
fact that
not.
she's
States'
against
rights,
gun-free
absolutely.
zones in schools.
No,
Like,
I'm
the,
sorry.
The teachers and students should be able to protect themselves with a weapon. That's
From the
their- that's their-
grizzly bear!
Grizzly bears.
yeah.
Wait, wait, wait.
What
Are
do
you
you think
telling me?
happens more,
Wait,
grizzly
have-
attacks or school shootings?
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If someone comes into your school with a gun, what are you going to do?
Hide and wait for the police to
Lock
come.
the door.
Oh, you're going to
Hide.
wait for someone with a gun to come protect you. Wouldn't it be nice
They'll
if you
protect
had a
That
gun?
person who's been trained. Anyway, back to
Train
the
yourself.
means
Train
let's-
yourself.
some
let's
other
take a second.
crazy
off.
kid
Ah,
to be at
here's my
school.
son right here.
There's school
Here's
districts
my
in
son
town
coming.
where the
It's like-
teachers are armed. And
Whoa,
they're
whoa,
very-
this is, whoa, whoa, whoa.
they're
You,
very-
Okay,
you're
that's
the
ridiculous.
people
That's not
who
ridiculous.
from a
Come here,
website that
Charlie.
said that Sandy Hook never happened,
How about
okay?
those
Here we
shows
go.
mass
Ready?
shootings happening gun-free zones?
Exactly.
This is my son.
Look at
He's
Chicago.
about 15.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
He was assaulted in the DC public school.
Yeah, probably
He
run
has
by
PTSD.
Yeah. You're
Is it a fact?
no, you're stupid.
It's a DC public school. It's nonpartisan.
Is
Don't
it
be
run by
ridiculous.
Democrats?
No.
No.
School
Actually,
run by-
actually, the principal lives in McLean, Virginia, so I would suspect he's he's a Republican, but that's neither here nor there. He has Asperger's. Asperger's, FTW. Do you really?
What does FTW stand for?
For the win.
For the win.
He has PTSD and he has autism.
And I'm fine.
And what state do you guys live in?
We live up the street about 2 miles.
So then you know who you should be talking to. You should be talking to your state leaders. You should be talking to
We
your
don't
state
have a
government
state.
because they're state rights.
You
well, then
are
talk to your
aware.
local
Excuse
government
me.
because Donald Trump wants to return
you are
sovereignty
aware.
to states.
Okay, excuse me. You are aware that we actually are not a state? Are
Do
you
you see
aware
the
of that?
District of Columbia?
Right.
I had no idea. You stumped me on that one.
Really? You
Yeah, I
had
did
no
not know that.
idea
No,
that we are actually
Yeah, I didn't
that
know.
we actually don't have a representative in
Shocking.
Congress.
I didn't know. And I didn't know you guys are actually trying to become the 51st state right now either.
Not
I didn't know
really.
that.
No. Some of us believe in
They're running
statehood and others
PSAs.
don't.
Jefferson
running
Davis,
PSAs.
I believe.
No, some people do believe in. Anyway,
One of the things that I prepared for is what would happen if people were actually, going to film this. And I'm going to tell you right now, what do you think is going to be what do you think is going to happen if Trump goes through with his promises to say bomb ISIS, for example?
I think that ISIS would quit beheading and murdering people in the Middle East.
No.
Stop
What
slaying
would they do?
Christians.
No,
Do you think we should continue arming them like
no
we're doing?
idea.
Are you aware
what
that?
Donald
Are you
Trump's
aware
gonna do
that
about ISIS?
most ISIS attacks are actually against Muslims?
Are you, okay, so then you would think.
There's more Muslims.
Here,
in
So
the
then
world.
you would say. So then how
let's
is?
get
also
off bombing
lots of attacks
ISIS,
against
and let's get on how.
No, this is
let's
my
get on.
Here's the problem.
This is his
Everybody,
topic.
this is my topic. The thing is, if you're going to bomb ISIS, you're going to kill a lot of Muslims who are not part of ISIS because Muslims do not equal ISIS. So what those Muslims are going to see their parents being or their family members being killed in front of them.
Yeah, and ISIS is doing that too.
Yeah, and what do you think the best way to? And they're going to want revenge,
Well,
and they're
here's the
going to
deal,
want
though.
revenge on America. Now, let me make my
but
point.
No, but hold on. There's a foundation
You're
that you need to
interrupting
understand,
a 14-year-old.
You're
Do you think
interrupting.
You could let him have his
You-
point.
You're interrupting my point. Let me make my point before you actually try to do anything about it. Right, here's the problem. If Muslims are want to get revenge on America, what's the best way for a person in the Middle East to get revenge on America?
though. Infiltrate the refugee program.
No.
You do realize that
Join
that's impossible
ISIS.
to get. First of all, the refugee program is really tough. Second of all, you don't even
No,
choose
it's
what
not.
country you go into.
They let people in with fake IDs. They admitted it.
You have no
Are they
idea.
gonna
It's like
do
the
this on
fake
border?
birth certificate. The man actually believes that Obama's birth certificate is
It's a forensic investigation. Why don't you look into
Can you
it?
tell
Anyway,
me how many
can you tell me-
people came through the refugee program and have committed any harm while in America?
My
Who
point.
went through? Who got
Point
who
zero
got
zero
vetted
zero
by that
1%
program?
Let's go back.
Can
Let's
you-
go back
sir,
to this young man's
sir,
point.
Yeah, my
Can
point
you
here.
identify anybody
Anybody.
who's been
You tell us-
vetted
tell us
Yes.
by
names.
that program?
Yes.
Who's
Tell us
who?
names.
Look at the people in Europe that have been doing the terrorist attacks.
They didn't
They're
come
not
through
in the
the
United
American
States.
program.
They are
If they're in Europe.
refugees in Europe, and the same policies were trying to
Okay.
be implemented in the United
Here's-
No, can you
States.
say
question.
anybody
You
in
need to
America?
understand your history.
Here's the I have my
Can
question.
you say anybody in
Okay,
America?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry about that.
Pardon me, I'm sorry. We're just going to ask you to move out of the way so
Um,
we get run
so-
over by the
Here
parade.
comes the
I'm so
parade.
sorry you don't know that we're not a state. That scares me.
You realize that I'm joking?
No.
That obviously, I knew that.
Because you're.
By the way,
no, you're
I'm gonna
not.
ask you a question.
Because you called us a state, dear. But anyway, Charlie, that's okay.
No,
Let's
I
go.
Listen, though, here's something that's very important.
We are so much smarter and better than
Here's
Okay.
here's something that's very important, though. The U.S. government started ISIS. The U.S. government
Oh my
has
God.
been funding ISIS.
Okay, come on.
Okay?
What? Aren't we going that way?
They're smarter than me. I've been sitting here putting out
That way.
undisputed
Yeah.
facts.
Where's Chuck and Chuck?
Okay, and they completely deny reality, and they claim they're smarter than me. But that's fine. You can be smarter than me, but I
obviously
live
can't
in
defeat you with
reality.
reason.
That's the difference. I live in
obviously
reality.
can't defeat you with the reason. So
All right.
I'm going to defeat
So
you with
nice.
numbers because
You mean
apparently
an adult with Asperger's?
apparently you do not have sane. You
Hang
are
on.
obviously not a sane.
Hey, we got a big motion. I'm not a sane human
A
being.
quick question for Charlie, as long as it's not divisive.
No, I was wondering what you were talking about before, that Trump was going to take away some program for disabled.
Trump has nominated someone to be Secretary of Education who was not aware of the federal law that covers all disabled people being free, getting a free and appropriate public education and alongside their peers.
So
She was not aware of the 1974 law, individuals with disability an
That's
education
sort of like
act.
splitting hairs. It's like saying how many bullets can fit in a AR-15 magazine.
It's not like splitting hairs when you fought for the last 10 years to get your son
I would
any
agree with you,
education
but
at all.
That's like a gotcha question. Oh,
No,
have you
it's
heard
not
of
a
this
gotcha
one?
question.
Of course
No, it's not a gotcha question. Watch the hearing. She didn't know what it was. She had no clue. You wouldn't get an education right here.
You can spin the wheel right there. So Christ is the nominee for Health and Human Services, and he believes that women shouldn't have copay-free birth control because one, he says women don't have access to it. So the hashtag's already called "The Price is Wrong." It talks about women that have not been able to access birth control because systemic reasons like they have a job or they're employed, that it makes their birth control. So it's kind of silly that only white men are deciding if women should have access to birth control, right? They're not being represented. That's my belief. Take care.
There we go. So these people are marching towards, I guess, the center of this, which is to our right here.
I wonder if they're for illegal or illegal migration.
Anything. There you go.
Watching the brainwashing live. Live brainwashing.
Resist Trump.
Hey, where are you from?
Slick scarf, man. I'm from Burlington, Vermont.
All right.
So is this group is from Vermont.
Everyone from Vermont?
Not
New
the
York
whole
City.
thing, but bread and
New York
puppet.
City?
Yes, sir.
Hey, where are you guys from?
Vermont.
Vermont? Where are you guys from?
Everywhere.
Everywhere? From everywhere. You're from Vermont too? You guys from Vermont? California.
Bread and puppet.
Do you guys travel here? All right, all right. That's like some Day of the Dead stuff here. Where are you guys from?
Vermont.
Vermont. There's a big group from Vermont here. I heard someone say he was from Michigan.
Because we are the little state that's against hate.
The little state against hate.
The little state
How,
against
how do you
hate.
feel about Bernie Sanders?
Bernie Sanders in school. He's our senator. He's our junior senator.
You guys don't feel like Bernie kind of abandoned you after Hillary stole the nomination, though?
I would not
She
say
stole
that.
it already. What was he going to do?
Trump abandons you.
He tried his best to go for the side he thought was better. He had already lost.
I think
I still trust the guy. He's still fighting his fucking ass
I
off.
think Bernie could have had a chance to beat Trump.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, Hillary stole it and Bernie shilled. All right, so that's that group, and they are heading towards the main area. And we'll go ahead and follow them. Stay tuned on the Alex Jones channel on YouTube.
Yeah, we're still live.
All right, so we're gonna walk into the middle of this now. We were- I mean, what am I supposed to do? I mean, you know, look, I don't want to have to sit here and insult this woman's intelligence, but she's insulting mine. She's sitting here talking about how she's smarter.
Infowars.com website.
What is it?
Infowars.com.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Like, I don't want to sit here and have to get into a battle of wits with this woman, but she's sitting here saying she's smarter than me. Like, really? Give me a break. So I'm guessing that everybody, I guess, there's a bunch of different separate groups that are kind of doing their own separate protest, and they're all going to meet, I would imagine, here in the middle. Do you want to go this
We're
way,
going to
Ron?
cut right through here.
All right, so we're gonna cut through here. I would say in this march, you got a couple hundred people. 600 people in this march right
Guys,
here.
I'm loving reading the comments.
What are these things? What are these things?
There is not a single message in this, and I think that's the thing. It's so.
And some of them even said they might be Trump.
Well, and it's
So I don't know
so.
if they were trolling me, but that's what they said.
A lot of this is so there's no one main message, so everyone's message can come in.
Hey, excuse me, ma'am. You think that Trump is going to abandon us? How so? Well, I'm curious. We're Americans. Why not? We should talk. Are you really concerned about Donald Trump?
No. Yes. Yes.
I'm not twisting anything. This is live right now. We're not twisting anything.
That's why we're here. We're very concerned.
So what is the main concern? What's your biggest concern?
Racist. Yep.
Racist?
That he will incite our enemies against us. Yes.
You mean maybe defeat our enemies?
You guys also know that this is a right-wing troll news site that will alter what you're saying.
Hey, you film that? Hey, Rob, get this woman right here. She just tried to steal from me.
Get the fuck out of here.
She just tried to steal my hat.
Did you just assume her gender, bro?
Oh, my bad. Maybe she's Clover gender.
I'm sorry if I'm bumping into you. I'm not trying to bump you.
That's all right.
Maybe this is not a great part of the march for you to be in.
Yeah?
Heard about these people trying to
We've
steal.
just been asked to leave the march.
Hey, this is what we were talking about. This is what we were talking about. They're out here trying to disrupt Donald Trump's inauguration, but God forbid someone disrupts them. The double standards of the left. Close again. Here, will you put that? So they tried to steal my hat out of my pocket. Here, will you take these two? So, we you know what? And we had the guest on yesterday during the live show who had his hat stolen, and then he got jumped. So, and I just tried to.
I think I might. Oh no, there we're back.
We're back. All right, we just lost some connection there. We were standing over there. We were talking about the hypocrisy. I wasn't even really disrupting. I was just trying to talk.
We got to give your poster some coverage here. Mike Pence likes Nickelback.
Thank you.
Oh
It's
my
true.
God.
Is that an insult?
Does he really
Nickelback's
like
not
them?
very good.
Yeah, it's not fake news for sure.
What else you got? Let's see.
I have free Melania. I have
You
not
think
usually
Melania?
assigned
You think
gal.
Melania's being kept?
Yeah, against her will for sure.
You think so?
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What makes you think that?
The awkward dancing and the awkward touching, awkward hugs.
Oh, okay.
Plus
How do you think they ended up getting married?
money,
He bribed her, or she just wanted money? You're saying?
maybe.
Where are you from?
Pennsylvania,
Okay.
Philly.
Philly? Were you at the DNC at all?
I was not.
How'd
I
you-
have a business, so
Okay.
I was running that.
So you actually work for a living. That's good.
I do.
Good.
I'm not a dirty hippie. Yeah.
Do you what if Donald Trump does turn things around for small businesses and lowers your tax rate?
I would love that.
So you're not necessarily against Trump at this point. You're just here. Well, so why are you here then? Because this seems to be an anti-Trump march, kind of disguised as a women's power march.
I don't want America to fail, and I don't want Trump to fail,
Right.
but I don't like the things that he said, so I
Okay.
am against what he said.
Right.
But I do not think that if he does well, then that's great, because we all want to do well, and America needs to do well.
Yeah.
So, but for the most part, we don't need hate against other races. We don't need hate against women. We don't need laws against people's bodies. We just need to be free, and we need to be happy.
Do you think marches like this are promoting inclusion, or because there was some talk about how, oh, we don't want pro-life groups here. We don't want. It's like only certain. If you agree with a certain ideology, we want you to come to this march.
Who said that?
It was, well, I read an article in the New York Times how they were telling they didn't want white women being seen as leaders here, and it was a couple weeks ago, but as they were getting ready for this.
Huh. I didn't hear that, but clearly everyone here is for inclusion, so
You think so?
I believe so. Do you not believe so?
Well, I don't. I always think the left is tolerant of anybody who has their views, and if you don't have their views, then you're either a racist, sexist, misogynist, xenophobe.
I don't think
They
that.
Well,
I just think that there's a lot of laws placed on the people that are here today, and we're just trying to speak out against it.
like, are you have anything specific you're talking about?
Abortion, maybe? That's
Okay.
one. Which
Well-
I know is a touchy subject for everybody.
Oh,
but,
it is. It
you
is.
know.
And I'll talk with you a bit about it, even though I'm a male. But I have 4 kids, so I obviously participated in bringing life into this world, and I've seen how precious it is. But I don't think women are educated on the side effects of what abortion can do to their bodies.
Like
And
what?
Well, it increases your chance of breast cancer and ovarian cancer because you're stopping chemical processes that are going on inside the body.
Where'd you read that?
It's not true? Well, come on over here.
No, it's okay. That's
No?
not true. Don't
Well, correct the record then.
spewing hate. I don't think that's spewing hate. I mean,
No,
we're
it's
trying
just
to have
not
a
true.
conversation.
That's not. Well, no, I'm just saying it's not. That's not a true.
What's the
statement.
truth then?
That's not a true statement. What he just said. So.
That there's no increase of cancer.
No, there's not. No.
I had a friend who had an abortion. She died in 2009 from ovarian cancer.
There's no really connection with that, though. There really isn't.
No, not at all.
No. No.
I didn't realize this was live, but fuck all you people.
There you go.
Oh wow. That
The
got
love.
sour.
See, once
That
again,
went
if
sour
you-
fast.
I guess if you just
didn't ask me for my permission to be live on
You're out here on the streets.
I am. You approached me specifically.
Don't you want attention?
we like
though?
your sign.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're giving you a voice. All right. Boy, that got out of hand fast.
I mean, that really escalated quickly.
All right, so
let's
we'll keep
continue on.
marching
You
here.
walk in front of me a little
All right, we'll keep going here into the middle.
bit. The connection is weak.
But you know, again, you brought up a point about science and biology and what you believe you have researched. Alex Jones sucks. Peace. We love you too. And you talked about the science that you've researched. You talked about your knowledge on the subject. She just comes up and says that's not true. So we said, well, then what is he wrong about? What? And she had nothing. She said, don't film me, and then they ran away.
And I got that from a black pastor who runs blackgenocide.org.
But you know something?
And he works in the inner cities in New Jersey, trying to educate young girls about what can happen when they get an abortion, trying to convince them not to get an abortion, because I personally don't equate abortion with health care.
Right.
I don't think.
Unless
I don't think killing
unless your
babies
life
has
is
to be
in
equated with
danger,
health care.
unless your life is in danger, I
Sure.
guess that's the only time where you could take that. Dump Trump. Let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance. Let's give Trump a chance. How you doing, buddy? Nice. I'm getting hate out here, man. I'm telling you what, this scarf is awesome. But you know, here's the thing that you didn't mention. There's a psychological factor too. You know, there's a psychological side effect when you have an abortion that people don't consider, I'm sure. And that's something that can be severely traumatizing too. So, but they don't want to talk about that stuff. My body, my choice. But this is what I love. I always say this. The liberals say it's their choice. They can decide what happens with the baby inside the womb. Okay, that's fine. But wait a second. As soon as it leaves the womb, though, we're in charge. You don't get to decide where it's educated. You don't get to decide about what's injected into its veins via the vaccines. You don't get to decide any of that. So it's all about choice until the baby's born. Then we vaccinate it, educate it however we want. So that's just another double standard of the left.
And the man has to pay for it too.
Yeah, and make sure that it's all paid for, because that's loving and liberal and tolerant. All right, so here we are. We're just crossing over 2nd Street Southwest. And this seems to be the main gathering area. And I will admit when I am wrong. I'm always the first to admit when I'm wrong.
Do you admit DC is an estate?
I didn't know DC wasn't a state. I mean, I had to troll that.
You
That
know,
was so absurd.
Obama said there's 57 states.
I think I've now been to 56 states and 3 left to go.
Yeah.
I think was the exact quote, but that's regardless. I trolled her. She really thought that I didn't know DC wasn't a state. But anyway, I will admit when I'm wrong. I thought that there would be 50,000 people out here max. They might have more than that. They actually may have more.
This little platform right here and see how high it can get.
All right. Here we go. So you want to go talk to these people that think Trump's a Russian agent?
Yeah, sure. I'll make Russia great again. Yeah.
I think that's great. I think we should make everywhere great again. Make America great again. Make Russia great again. Make Europe great again. Let's do it all. Oh, this is going to be too good.
Ooh. Watch these ankle breakers here.
How are you doing, sir?
Interested
Good.
in engaging and talking with us?
Well, yeah, we were curious about your sign. So do you think Russia got Donald Trump elected?
So where are you guys from? Oh, so you're from?
I'm from Texas.
Oh, okay. I don't think he got him elected, but no, I don't think I'm not gonna talk to you guys.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Well, you're out here protesting. Don't you want people to hear your message?
I do, but I don't want to talk to you.
Do you think Russia influenced the election?
Probably, and I think there are probably a lot of connections to Russia that we don't even know about. We don't
So
know
that's
anything
a pretty
about
big
his-
deal, though, right?
We don't know. It is a big deal.
So wouldn't you want to tell people about it?
I don't want to talk to you about it.
Why? That's what I'm saying.
because
What's wrong with me?
because I don't have any control over your messaging of what you're doing.
What are you talking about? You're live right now. No one's editing your comments. No one's editing.
You know, no one's stopping it. or
I
taking
agree.
a
Don't
can.
bully. Be kind. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good sign you got there.
So yeah, I didn't come to talk to you. I came to kind of share in solidarity with other people who are concerned about what Trump means for America.
But don't you think it would
So,
be
I
more
don't wanna
it would
talk
be
to you.
more advantageous to engage in civil discourse?
I'm engaging with everybody here.
Well, not me.
So, not you.
Do you think
yeah.
the Chinese hack from a couple years ago was worse, where they had millions of names of people who work for the government?
Well, isn't Trump doing that now, going around and asking for all the people at EPA who worked on environmental issues or who in the energy
We're talking about
department who
hacking.
worked on
We're talking about
climate?
hacking. China actually hacked the departments and got information.
Yeah,
it was
I
one of
don't
the biggest
support that
hacks
either.
ever.
And they put some people in jail, but there
So
wasn't a big investigation.
what would you say if you found out that Russians were helping Trump and people in his campaign with the election?
Well, here's what I would
by
say,
passing
because
on
the
information?
the insinuation is that it was Russia that hacked the emails that were eventually leaked from WikiLeaks. To which my response is, well, how come they're not denying that the content of the emails was real? Because it was real. So if the Russians were indeed responsible, shouldn't we be commending them, saying thank you for showing the transparency, thank you for showing the corruption within the Democratic Party?
So if Trump's campaign, okay, we're leaving. But if Trump's campaign were actively engaging with Russia to his advantage, that doesn't concern you as an American?
No, I mean, I don't have a problem with Russia. I don't see any problems between Trump and Russia. I think that if Trump and Russia got along and we had a better relationship with Russia, I think that'd be great. I think that'd be good.
So you don't have a problem with Putin or Russians or any foreign government working collaboratively with an American candidate in an election?
Well, again, no. But now hold on.
Forget about Democrat or Republican. You
But
don't
see,
have a
but
problem
not
with that?
but not everything's in a vacuum, because you have to look at stuff on the other side too. Look at the influence from Saudi Arabia. Look at the influence from China. So you're just looking at things in a vacuum and claiming these things with Trump and Russia, but there's a bigger overarching picture.
Thank you.
All right, man.
You're right about engagement. We do need to engage. We
Absolutely,
do need to talk.
absolutely.
And I'd love to talk to you more, but
Okay.
we got to run.
All right, you got to run.
Have a good day.
All right, man.
Thank
Take it
you.
easy.
Bye.
Bully, be kind. Well,
That's right.
you go.
No problem with Russia, huh? Talk to my dad who was in a labor camp.
Okay. Well, tell us about it. Why don't
You
you
wanna
tell
tell
us
us
right
about
now?
It's what you guys. No, I don't really want to tell, but I think it's insane that you think that we should be having better relations with a country who assassinates its journalists.
Well, what about our
people like
relationship
you.
with Saudi Arabia? And they assassinate and behead people. There's no women's rights, gay rights. What about our relationship with them?
I agree.
What about Michael Hastings?
So yeah.
I do agree.
Do you think Michael Hastings was assassinated? The guy who drove his BMW, hit a tree, and the engine ejected 400 feet in the air. You know who that? He died a few years
I
ago.
actually think I think there are a lot of assassinations in this country.
No doubt,
But
no
more
doubt.
from your side than ours.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We're the citizen side. We're the people.
walking
We're
around
we
here,
the people.
Trump.
Yeah, because we elected Donald Trump. We the people did it, not Russia. Not Russia.
We did not elect a popular vote. Did not elect.
Hey, but that's not how it works.
Less than
That's not how it works.
80,000 people
I
in the
just
electoral college.
have a question. Like,
Yeah, what's up, man?
So, if you think that the people elected Russia, what about the controversy about Russia infiltrating both our Democratic committee, a national committee, and a Republican committee? As
Talking about
well?
hacking?
About the
Yeah.
hacking?
Well, I don't believe they've confirmed that they hacked anything in the Republican Party or not. So
They
I
have
don't know.
confirmed that as well.
Okay, well then I would say this. I think it's funny that they have nothing to leak apparently, and they only leak the one side. But again, why are they not denying the content of the emails? Why are people so upset at Russia? It wasn't Russia that tried to influence the election. You can see it was the Democrats and the DNC who rigged it. They colluded with the media. They colluded with superdelegates. They had journalists in the email saying, I'm a hack. I'll say anything. I'll type anything. So they've actually been caught trying to rig the election, but then everybody thinks it's Russia. So it's kind of, it just really doesn't make sense to me.
It's been proven by our CIA, our NSA.
You trust the CIA?
Yes, I do trust the CIA.
Did you agree
believe
with the
they-
war on
there was
Iraq?
weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? Or
Yeah, I mean,
you might not have been old enough
Because
then.
they lied about
I
that.
was old enough,
You were?
actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 11. But
They lied about that.
But they
yeah,
lied
they
about
did
it.
lie about that.
And
but
they said it was 16
but what
agencies,
but
seven
what
intelligence.
but what president from what party then said let's
We
go
don't like
fuck
we
up?
don't like Bush. We're not Bush supporters. We're anti-Bush.
So are you
and
not
if you
a
notice,
Republican?
No, I'm not.
So
if
what
you
are you,
notice,
just Donald
Donald Trump butted heads with the Bushes. They didn't get along. In fact,
Yeah, but that
George
was
Bush
because
Sr. did a very
Donald
cryptic
Trump's
message.
is unprofessional, I believe. Sorry
He's
for
definitely
interrupting you.
politically incorrect, which I like. I like that.
I just find him. I don't understand how you can support someone if. I mean, I know. I just don't understand. You don't admit that Russia. It's been proven that Russia hacked our
How so?
You know it is proven though. Let me tell you this. DHS hacked into the databases, voter databases in Georgia on the day of the election, before the election, and that's all proven. They said, it might have been a rogue employee. Hold on, let me
Okay, sorry
finish.
for interrupting.
And then they said, we're not sure how it happened. And then the head of the elections in Georgia contacted all 50 states and said, hey, did you have any of these types of attacks? 5 other states got back in touch with him and said, yeah, we had the same type of thing. So our own government, our federal government, was hacking the individual state government's voter databases. And there's been no investigation on that.
I understand that. I did not know that. Thank you for informing me.
Look it up. It's
but also you should look up about how there was also electronic polls hacked in Pennsylvania, Florida, and Wisconsin, and they all had 7.6% higher rate of voting for Donald Trump instead of Hillary. And I think that's kind of funny.
Are you talking about compared to the exit polls?
Which polls are you talking about?
The electronic voting polls. The electronic voting polls in Wisconsin.
Actually, I think it was the opposite. I read the story that they went for Hillary.
In Detroit, they had to throw out 39%.
What was your news source? Mine was Vice.
Honestly, I can't. It was
all
all over.
Fake news in CNN or anything
it was
like that.
no.
Fake news.
I don't trust. Yeah, so we can agree on that.
That's not fake news
I just
at all.
remember.
I believe in CNN.
I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying I don't trust your story.
Why wouldn't I? That's the most.
Wait, you like CNN?
Yes. Why wouldn't I like
CNN?
CNN?
Dude. See,
you like Fox 5?
Look, man, here's the thing.
Fox 5 is awesome,
thing.
Isn't it?
I like myself. I like doing my own research. I like finding out things my own way.
Me too.
But dude, I'm telling you, man, CNN has been caught lying for years, man. They've been caught lying for years.
What do you think about Vice then?
I think Vice used to be great. I think they're kind of becoming more establishment now. But I don't have a problem with Vice. Vice isn't the one dividing the nation like CNN. That's CNN lying to you, man. CNN is the real fake news, dude. Trust me.
And these media organizations so wanted Hillary Clinton to win, it was pathetic. It was like, we have to have Hillary. And this lady is corrupt as the day is long. I mean, I could go on with the list if you'd like to hear.
How is Donald Trump not corrupt, though?
Well, here's the difference.
If not more corrupt than Hillary.
Donald Trump
if they had something on him, you don't think it would be out there right now. They hate his guts.
Yeah.
There would be so much more than just a comment on a tape from 5 years old.
Or a fake dossier, which CNN ran with. Keep that in mind. But here's the thing.
How is a dossier fake?
It was literally fake. It was a fake.
It was made up.
It was made up. Literally, a troll made it up and tried to see how far it would go. And the CIA and everyone ended up looking into it.
Bid on it. And so did CNN. And that's why Trump called them out as fake news, because they are fake news.
I mean, we can both agree to disagree.
Sure, that's fine.
Hey man, good talking to you.
Yeah, of course. I'm not.
Yeah, absolutely. You have an open mind out here. You know, that's what we need. We need more talk.
Well, look,
we need more civil
discussion.
discussion.
About the DHS hacking into the state voter systems. That's the federal government interfering with state elections, which they're supposed to be state-run.
So how old are you?
I'm 19.
All right, where are you from?
Maryland.
Okay, so you're in the area. You're 19 years old.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, when I was 19, I probably thought a lot of the same things about the earth as he did. I'm just telling you, I've been in your shoes, brother. And I think one day, because you're a smart individual and you're open-minded, you're going to see the fake news that CNN is. You're going to see it. Now, I'm not saying you have to trust me. Trust yourself, and you're going to find out one day. You will.
Just care to disagree, man. Have a good one.
Right on, brother. So there's another. We found some people out here that are willing to talk. I like that. I like talking with him. At 19 years old, I wouldn't even be able to have that conversation. I would have been asking you about how many touchdowns did Tom Brady throw for yesterday. So I salute him at least for watching CNN, and he tries to pay attention to news. And I think that there's hope for him. And I think that if Donald Trump gets into office and he starts seeing positive changes, more jobs.
Sorry, I realized the reason I came up here is because originally the one thing I actually do know about is Russia. So why do you think that it's okay to have? Why do you think it's okay to have?
Keep it under wraps. Let me see that.
I've been attacked yesterday.
Hold on. You gotta get it down here.
Show it proud.
I've been attacked
There we go.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Physically attacked.
Really?
Yeah. So when they attack me,
do you think it's okay for people to attack Trump supporters?
They get away with it. People attract Obama supporters 8 years ago. Do you have video of that? Yeah, they actually, matter of fact, I'll look it up. They actually lynched a fake body and then they burned it on fire. So.
How many times has that been done to Trump?
I've seen
him decapitate.
He's been decapitated. He's been naked. Trump.
Trump.
He's been. Okay. Both. No, you're both. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I'll let you speak first. Sorry. I'll let you speak.
Get close.
I respect my elders.
Together.
No. You start first. I'll let you speak. Okay. Just coming from someone, both of us, I can agree, we're not from here. Is that correct? Of course, my family. Are you a first generation American? I am. So am I. My parents are from Mexico and Brazil. So where are you from? Or your parents are from? Jamaican? How can you support someone who wouldn't even want your parents coming here to begin with?
He said legally. You know the difference between illegal and
Yeah,
legal?
I do.
What is illegal?
I know.
What is illegal?
Illegal is someone not doing the proper process and entering their
What
state.
is legal?
Legal is they're doing the proper process.
So are you calling so are you trying to accuse my parents of not doing the proper process
No.
to come to this country?
I never once said that,
No,
sir.
but you're saying that he doesn't want my parents here. All he said is come here illegally.
And he wants to make it easier.
He said it.
And a matter of fact, yesterday he said, "Let's keep America first. Let's keep
Yes.
America first."
Yes. Yes.
Immigrants.
My parents are
second.
illegal.
No.
They are
No,
illegal. I never said
illegal
they're-
immigrants.
Trust me, man.
Illegal
He's gonna want more
immigrants.
people.
Okay,
here.
undocumented. You understand undocumented better?
Yes.
I'll say undocumented for you. I'll compromise. Undocumented immigrants. The immigrants that did not get permission to come here through our channels. He's even said it himself that look, it's messed up. We have to look at the system how it is and how we let people in. We have to go through it. But right now we need to have people come here illegally.
It's very expensive to become a citizen now. I agree with you. And he said
my parents paid a lot of money to become citizens. Maybe your parents have too. I'm not
Yes, my parents have. My parents came here
So
illegally.
why is it fair for that? Why is it fair? Why do my parents have to pay this much money to get into this country?
Right.
And then people can come into this country illegally and not pay taxes.
I mean, just because you're coming here illegally doesn't mean you don't pay taxes. Because I currently work at a construction company, and I currently do work with illegals.
Are you illegal?
No, I just. You want to see my driver's license? Right
No,
here, man.
sorry.
No, that's cool, dude. No, that's cool. You just questioned if I was illegal or not.
Sorry,
I mean,
He just asked.
I mean, he said he worked at a construction. We talked about taxes.
Yeah.
I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun. I
It's
apologize.
okay. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you don't jump the gun again on someone like me. I came here legally. I was born here.
I mean, I'm black.
I mean,
I'm black. No, I asked because you said you work in construction.
Yeah,
of course,
I
you need
work-
to pay taxes. But
I didn't question you paying taxes. I just questioned your opinion how illegals don't, or undocumented, if you want to compromise.
Okay, let's go.
So undocumented don't pay taxes because I work with undocumented people and they pay taxes.
Okay.
So I don't understand why you have to.
Can I see your 1040? You have your 1040s?
Yeah, they do. Next one. I mean, you want me to
Oh.
swap information? I can bring you some pay stubs. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm from Florida. You want to get an email though?
Yeah, sure. Of course. You want to write down my email? I can write down yours, whichever one you prefer, sir.
COR.
I'm Bruce, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Note, we don't write anything anymore. We just use our smartphones.
Oh, my mother's calling you. Hey, mother.
Hello, mother.
I'm in a debate, Ma.
Hey, yeah, Mom, I'm actually in the debate, but I'm still at Independence NC, right
So,
next to the
you're
Red
from Florida?
I'm from Florida.
Yeah, what'd you think
I
of the,
love
were you out
this.
there for the inauguration?
Infowars. I love
Yeah.
the setup.
How's it going, man?
Oh, you guys featured me on your site one time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you
Apologize
do?
for what it is. I protested Obama with a rape whistle. Y'all both looked
Oh,
rapist.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get paid out? Or did
No,
you
he never paid me. Paul Justin Watson. I think it was after. But Paul
Okay.
Justin Watson, like,
Well, we hit
featured me.
a limit, and then we're like, he's like, only do 100,000.
Yeah.
And I think we went over. Like.
And also the media refused. I mean, you see me like behind Obama, that they split me out.
Oh, they
but the
wouldn't
media
show you.
wouldn't show me
Yeah.
just because I'm black, even though 2 days before, maybe that's an argument. You're right. The racism against the media towards black Trump supporters. We actually have videos of the media refusing to interview me because I'm black, and then that
And a
same
Trump supporter.
journalist wrote in Naples rally that there were no black Trump supporters at the rally.
There were what?
No
He said
black-
there's no black.
And it's, yeah, so.
I wrote on a play with an Egyptian guy
I'll
who,
send you pictures
who,
of undocumented people paying taxes. Pay stubs.
and it's not. Look, it's illegal. Like if you break the law,
I understand. Yeah, I completely understand the difference between undocumented
you
and
have
legal.
to have a system.
Yeah.
And then if you don't have a system, you say, well, some people get to come in, but not others.
I was just confused because I personally think as someone coming as a first-generation American and as you as first-generation American, I feel that Donald Trump specifically is unwelcoming me and people of my kind from this country.
Both of his wives were immigrants.
I understand, but if both of his, it's not like.
I mean, think about it. This whole.
Does he respect his wives? Like, can you?
I mean, he let his first wife Ivana, CEO of many of his projects.
Okay.
Do misogynists and sexists. Donald Trump may be a womanizer. We can all agree on that. But do misogynists and sexists let their women or their daughters in business? Last time I checked, misogynists don't even let their women drive. Look at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
No, but instead they demean women. They disrespect women. They tell reporters when they're asking them.
He
legitimate
disrespects men
questions.
too.
No,
So
if somebody comes out and says something against you, you have the right to respond. Are you talking about Rosie O'Donnell?
No,
Rosie O'Donnell.
I'm talking about the reporter that he, in the middle of a debate, in the middle of a political debate.
Megyn Kelly?
Yes, like that's so disrespectful. Do you
It was
not think so?
disrespectful that she used that fat-fake comment that Rosie O'Donnell said against him. Do you even know the entire story of why they're in a feud, Rosie O'Donnell and Donald Trump?
No, I don't.
Okay, so a few years ago in 2006, Donald Trump owns Miss America pageant, and Miss America, I forgot what was her name.
Oh, I don't remember.
But she got into some trouble drinking, and Rosie O'Donnell was very upset with Donald Trump for letting her keep her job because Donald Trump believes in second chances. So Rosie O'Donnell degraded her, and then she called Donald Trump an orange anus and something about his like spray tan and all that stuff for letting her keep her job, and she went hard on him. Donald Trump, then after she said orange anus, called her a fat pig, and then Megyn Kelly.
Would you ever call a woman those words?
If they attack me first, I mean, I don't like attacking people. I'm the type of person I like to defuse the situation. But there's
but
some.
There are someone who does enjoy attacking people.
He stands up for himself. There's a difference. He's not going out of his way. If I say something to you right now, that's an attack. If you say something back to me, that's defending yourself. That's the entire situation. I mean,
okay, I understand that. Okay.
Yeah, and that, I mean, if you look, he's a counter puncher. If you look at all the situations, he's been attacked first. They came after him first. You have to admit. You can look at all the situations they came after him first.
All right, so what do you think about Senator Lewis? What do you think is the comments of Senator Lewis? Since you are an African American descent, and
I'm Jamaican.
All right, well, since you are Jamaican descent, pardon me for disrespecting your culture, but since you are from Jamaican descent, how do you think about his comments on Senator Lewis?
How do you think about? He said that he's illegitimate because of Russian comment. And what did Senator Lewis said? What did he say about Senator Lewis?
John Lewis said he was illegitimate.
What did Donald Trump say to John Lewis? All he said was. He needs to do his job better.
Look at your district.
He said he is all talk, no action.
Okay.
And I think that's rather disrespectful.
Currently.
Back in the day, he did do some.
Today,
some
in context, he's speaking about currently. He's speaking about this.
I understand. I'm sorry for
okay.
You can continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. I've been interrupting you.
Sorry. Well, I understand currently, but the work that he did back then is the reason why people like me and you can stand in public today without any fucking fear.
Okay, but
so I understand.
Question.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I do that a lot.
It's all right. It's fine.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to disrespect you. But look. John Lewis gets his props for what he did, and I respect him, and nobody should ever challenge what he did. But he's not. Donald Trump wasn't talking about that. He was talking about currently today of him as senator, or what is he? Congressman.
But how can you?
Congressman.
I'm sorry.
But and my whole thing is like, look. So if John Lewis goes and kills somebody today, should we say, you know what, should we give him a pass?
No.
Because so it's the same thing. If you're gonna attack me, if John Lewis came to me and called me Uncle Tom and a coon, should I have a right to attack him back for Donald Trump?
No, because
it's a personal attack. He personally attacked Donald Trump for calling him illegitimate, and Donald Trump attacked him on his work today. But if he attacked him on his work back then, that's a different story. But he did not attack him on his work back then. He attacked him on his work today. There's a difference.
Either way, it's his lifelong legacy. If he didn't just
he didn't attack him on his legacy though.
But either way, he called him illegitimate. He called him illegitimate because of the Russian or the CIA findings of the Russian hacks towards it.
So one of the major things at this rally is grabbing by the pussy. How was grabbing by the pussy? How was that tape discovered? It was released illegally. So is that illegitimate? That release? So should all these women take off their pink pussy hats because of that tape that was released, or the whole tax thing?
And it was edited as well.
He doesn't pay taxes. How can you be okay with that?
He does pay taxes.
No, his tax reports clearly. All right.
If he didn't pay taxes, he would be in federal jail.
Yeah.
His tax reports claim that he didn't.
And they audit him a lot. He gets audited by the IRS.
He's audited almost every
I mean, he's actually a developer, and he understands the world.
So there's a lot of taxes you pay other than income tax. And if you have losses in your business, which everybody does, trust me, that's how the tax code works. You're allowed to claim losses and then not pay tax on those losses.
So if you make $10 and then you spend, you have a business. You make $10, but you spend $7. You throw $7 out of business expenses. Should you pay taxes on the $10 or the $3 you made?
$3 you made.
Huh?
$3 you made.
Yeah. So at that point he lost money. So he paid taxes on it.
Okay, I understand. So
and here's the thing. We should all be paying less taxes. And he's going to come in and he said, his tax plan, everybody's going to get more take-home pay.
Okay, but what if also...
Do you not want more take-home pay?
No, I mean, it doesn't matter because it does because I work certain hours. But more importantly, how can you be okay with his nominees for cabinet positions? Like,
which ones?
I don't know, maybe the Department of Energy, maybe the Board Secretary of Education.
I mean, all these people, they're... Okay, I find it funny how I don't know if you're Democrat, I want to say liberal.
No, I'm actually in middle.
You're centrist. Our generation centrist.
I'm sorry?
Work that DeVos has done for kids.
Did you watch her?
Work that DeVos has done for kids.
No.
Do you know anything about her?
No, but all I do know is
did you watch her entire
She wants to privatize public school funding, and that's why would you?
She said she wants to have public and charter schools, okay, to allow parents to have options, so that parents can basically decide where their kids go to school. So if they're in a failing district where the public school is really bad, they're not stuck there, and so those kids aren't kept in that system that's not working.
But
so they have choices.
Sorry for interrupting you, sir. But the work that she's done in Michigan, has that not caused problems with the?
Well, it's conflated because they're talking about Detroit, which has lost many of its.
But the charter
infrastructure.
schools in Michigan have continually been funded, although their scores do not, they're not increasing. Their scores are not developing. So why are they still
cherry picking data? Because there's other states where it's worked great. Florida is a primary. That's where I'm from.
No.
It's a great example of where, and I know plenty of people who go to charter schools and they couldn't live any other way because the public schools are so bad in their districts.
Actually,
I mean, these people they win the lottery to go to one of these charter schools, and it's like they just won the real lottery, and they're crying and they're emotional because they know their kid has a chance. I mean, you think that should be gotten rid of?
I understand, no, I don't. But I understand you said I cherry-picked that information. But was that not where she's from? Was that not where she was working? Was that not where she was working though? But that's where she had. That was where she had the control of the funding for those schools.
No, but it was it's interesting. No, what happened?
She does. All those schools are not hers. Some of those charter schools aren't hers.
They're not hers, but she controls the funding.
But there's most. No.
So you're saying now because she's in a state.
Hold on. Well, okay, it's been conflated because they're using Detroit, which we all know what's going on with Detroit right now. The data is conflated with Detroit charter schools on the back because of their style. You know, like one thing about school is it's not a class. Anyway, one thing about the schools is teachers could only do so much, but if they're not doing anything at home, you can't really do anything else.
My mom's a teacher at a public school, and I understand that public school fundings in DC are already poor. And I think if they started transitioning the funding from public schools to more private schools, I think that would just decrease the fact of. But it would just make the shittier education shittier.
So most of the funding to public schools goes into school boards and all these bureaucracies that are above the public school. It doesn't go to teacher pay. It doesn't go to buildings. It doesn't go to.
So then, what right does it make it to go to richer schools and private schools?
What you need to do is fundamentally change
life.
the public school system because the way it's set up, it's a money hog, and they grab it from property taxes. So they just raise those every year. So they have this endless supply of money. Okay. And then they grab all that and go, oh, we're going to create more school boards, superintendents, and you have each one of these little districts is like a little kingdom with a hierarchy of people who don't teach kids. They don't do anything but implement whatever the agenda is. And let me ask you this. Your mom's a public school teacher.
Yes.
Do you think she knows how to teach?
Yes, I do.
Do you think she needs to be told how to teach from a hierarchy of people saying, you have to teach this way and give them this standardized test?
No, but she needs to be evaluated every year because that's how the system works.
Have you watched Confirmation? Betsy DeVos. Have you watched her? What was it?
I haven't watched hers. I watched Jeff
Sessions. I actually watched
Rick Perry's and a little bit of hers, not many of hers.
All she's saying, she's taking like a Trump approach, like a business management approach. It's like, look, every situation is different. Well, I can't answer anything absolute because everybody's different. Like, for example, I think in Wyoming they were talking about grizzly bears and they need a special fencing, like every school's fencing. Which all she's saying is like, look, everything we need to give it back to the states. We need to give it back.
This is the beauty of America, okay? We can agree to disagree on some things, but I'm sure if these guys spent more time together, they would find common ground on all kinds of issues that we could fix in America.
I tell you, and this is how we have to do it, honestly.
Yeah, we have to
and
go.
so I give you props for coming out and talking with us. Thanks for coming out and talking with us.
Great.
What's your name again?
Corey.
Corey?
Bruce Charles, bro. Nice to meet you.
Johnny, good to see you again.
Yeah. Johnny Knoxville. Love that one.
So that's the kind of civil discourse we like.
Yo,
we know that
I enjoyed our conversation.
We know that we're never going to see eye to eye on everything, but if we can find common ground on the important principles.
Hey, when you get more paycheck money, you're going to go out and spend it, right? You're going to make the economy better.
Our economy's doing just fine. Statistically, our economy's doing just fine.
It could be so much better, brother.
I mean, it's doing great. It's increased since 8 years.
I know. You know what? I bet all those homeless people that keep asking me for money think the same thing.
I mean, they're probably doing drugs. All right, quick question. Have you ever even stepped foot in a homeless shelter, even talked?
Yes. Actually, I've fed people in soup kitchens before.
We've done
really?
reports.
My parents used to make me go do it.
But not doing a report. Actually going just because you have nothing to do on a day when you get off work or whatever you do. I don't know. You just decide to go give back. Because I've been to some.
I'm a basketball coach.
That's
I
great.
teach kids.
That's great for you. I go to some every time I don't have work. Like I said, I'm a construction worker, so I wake up early. But if I don't have work, I go to some, and it's right around here in DC. I go give back to the people, talk to them, because all they want to do is get talked to. And I understand how we can like care to disagree, but
let people know where those shelters are so they can check them out.
It's in Northwest DC. Here, I have the exact address. Like you said, it's smartphone, so I just put it in my GPS and just go there.
And I'll tell you, a big one in St. Louis, where I'm from, is St. Patrick Center. They do a lot of great work. They help people get clothes for job interviews. They help people get transportation, access to cars, bus passes. So if you're in the St. Louis area, St. Patrick Center is a great place to volunteer some of your time.
Also, the St. Joseph House in Rockville, they take care of kids with disabilities whenever their family just have too much on their time, and they can just leave them there. Donate to them. They need it gratefully. My Boy Scout troop renovated their park 5 years ago. Donate. Be great.
Yeah, I'm an Eagle Scout, man.
There you go.
Congrats.
Hey, see you, man.
Thanks, Dog Mother. See you later.
So there you go. So yeah, this is.
I think we should cut this stream.
Okay,
so we can
and start a new one with the march. All right, so here's the deal, guys. We just had some discourse with some people. They were open-minded. You saw some people just completely shut us out. But the Women's March is starting to mobilize, and they're starting to move down the block. So we're going to end this stream. We're going to start a new one. Are we going to do it on Facebook mentions?
Yeah, I think
so
we
stay
should.
here on the Facebook channel. Owen Shroyer signing off for this. We're going to start a new video down in Washington, D.C. This is the Women's March. I'd say right now I'm seeing about 60 to 70, maybe even 80,000 people out here. We're going to keep you updated.